Right before we begin today's video, if you'd like to receive alerts about some of the best credit card offers, just go to this link in the description below to subscribe to my all-new credit card offer alerts. Simply enter your name and email and I'll start sending you those alerts for free. If you watched my credit card strategy video from last year, you would have been amazed at the complexity. My core setup alone had 14 cards. Although as a credit card YouTuber, I suppose that was justified. Even still, I was overwhelmed by its complexity. So this year is going to be the year of simplification. Massive simplification. In fact, the setup I'll be using for my core setup is actually the simplest I've ever used since getting into the credit card game. And I'm actually quite excited about it. Today's video will be divided into 5 major parts. The first part will be dedicated to my core cards. That is, the ones getting the bulk of my spend on a day-to-day basis. Parts 2 and 3 will be dedicated to my airline and hotel cards, mostly for their benefits. Part 4 will then see my business credit cards, and finally we'll wrap up with Part 5, my new cards or cards that I want, at least the ones that are on my mind. Let's kick things off with part number 1, my core cards, beginning with the Capital One Venture X. Although this card has a $395 annual fee, which is on the high side, it's perhaps one of the easiest to make sense of. It earns 10 miles per dollar on hotels via the Capital One travel portal. Another round of 10 miles per dollar on rental cars through the same portal. Then 5 miles per dollar on flights, still via the same portal. 5 miles per dollar on vacation rentals, again through the portal. And then double miles on all of your other purchases. Clearly, Capital One wants me to be captive to their ecosystem using their portal. But hey, at least the reward multipliers are great, and double on everything outside of Capital One is also great. Now, here's some of the main benefits, not all of them, because this is not going to be an in-depth review, but some of the ones that I and many other people value a lot. First up is a $300 annual travel credit. And right away, taking the $395 annual fee and this credit into account, now you're pretty much covering most of the annual fee. This credit works, by the way, for all flights, hotels, and rental cars that you book through Capital One. We also have a 10,000 mile anniversary bonus. Every year you renew your card and pay the annual fee, those will be automatically deposited. And they're worth at least $100 toward travel, which is great. So just those 2 benefits alone take care of the annual fee. We also have airport lounge access, including Priority Pass, Capital One's own lounge network, and Plaza Premium lounges as part of Priority Pass as well. Then a $120 TSA pre-check or global entry credit to help you justify the cost of the application every 4 years or so, and no foreign transaction fees. Coupling that with the fact that this is a Visa Infinite card, it has worldwide acceptance, so that's a great benefit too. On to the next card, which is the Capital One Saver. This one has a $0 annual fee and has an incredible reward structure, including 8% back on Capital One Entertainment, 5% back on rental cars and hotels, both through the Capital One travel portal, 3% back at grocery stores, dining, entertainment, and popular streaming services, then 1% back on your other purchases. When it comes to food and entertainment and a little bit of travel, this card is hard to beat. There are also a couple benefits, although this card is not super feature rich. You do get no foreign transaction fees, also amazing for a no annual fee card, and extended warranty. And one of the reasons why these 2 cards work so well together is the fact that you can actually take the cash back earned on the Saver card and move it over into Venture Miles on the Venture X side, turning them into what we call the Capital One Duo. Initially, I was going to leave it at just that, the Capital One Duo. But because I do spend quite a bit at Amazon every single year, I wanted to add in one more card just because this percent of return is so much greater than the 2% or so on the Venture X for Amazon. So this is the Amazon Prime Visa. It actually has a decent reward structure on its own. It gives you 10% back on a Prime bonus category, which are rotating limited time items that you'll see throughout the year. Then you'll also see 5% back at Amazon.com as standard, also 5% back on the Chase travel portal and on Whole Foods purchases, then 2% back at gas stations, restaurants, and local transit and commuting. Finally, 1% back on other purchases. As for the benefits, there are a couple really useful ones here, including no foreign transaction fees and some great protections that you can see listed out here on the screen, including both for retail and travel. For me though, I just use this for my Amazon purchases. I have it added to my online account. I just leave it there. I don't even even carry the physical card around with me, so whenever I check out at Amazon, the card's just there and automatically gets me my 5%. Let's move on to part 2, the airline cards. This is actually the simplest section of the whole video because I have just one card here. It's the Citi Advantage Business World Elite MasterCard. The annual fee is $99 and it comes with a horrible reward structure. Therefore, I don't use it for the rewards, but just to show you what the card has to offer, it's double miles on your American Airlines purchases, double at gas stations and car rentals, also cable and satellite providers, then 1 mile per dollar on your other purchases. Generally speaking here, for those of you who care about rewards, any airline or hotel card that gives you 2 or fewer points per dollar spent is pretty much going to be a terrible value. But I don't have this card for the actual rewards, rather the ongoing benefits every year. Just having the card open gives me the following: a first checked bag free on my domestic itineraries, 25% off in-flight food, beverage, and Wi-Fi, preferred boarding, that's currently group number 5 out of 9 by the way, 1 loyalty point per dollar spent if I ever decide to work towards a higher level of status, no foreign transaction fees, and the ability to earn a companion certificate after spending $30K in a card member year. So for about $100 a year, I get kind of like an elite status light version with some of those nice perks, which I really do value. As a side note here, it might come to your surprise and my own as well that this is my first time using the Capital One Duo for the bulk of my overall credit card strategy here. But that involves, of course, 2 different types of rewards, cashback and miles, unless you combine them, and we still have more cards to go over. So if you're like me and have several cards in your setup and want a great way to manage them all, check out today's sponsor called MAXREWARDS. MAXREWARDS is your go-to app for all things credit cards in one place. Up at the top here, I can see balances both in dollars and in rewards, notifications that are important, bills that are due, plus the amounts and the due dates, also my credit scores per the banks, and even my individual cards here one by one with their balances, rewards, and utilization. You can even get a nice scrollable list of all the transactions across multiple cards to see where you've been spending your money, and even identify which card is going to be the best one to use for different categories, or even based on the stores that are around you. And perhaps the biggest time saver of all, the ability to automatically activate all your Amex offers, Chase offers, and more to double up on your rewards. As a matter of fact, my Amex Gold card already had 134 offers activated thanks to MAXREWARDS. So if you want to give MAXREWARDS a try, use the link down below in the description. There's a totally free version as well as the paid gold tier for even more features. And by using that link below or adding the code MARKR, you can actually get a 1-week free gold trial plus a 1-month discount. Now back to my strategy for 2025. Part 3, the hotel cards. This is still the part of my strategy that is the most complicated by far. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to present everything to you and then kind of explain it and simplify it as we go along to help you make sense of what goes on in this brain. For Marriott, I have 4 cards: the Bonvoy Brilliant, the Ritz-Carlton card, the Bonvoy Business, and the Bonvoy Premier Plus Business from Chase that has been discontinued for some time now. All of these cards earn 6 points per dollar. They all give you an annual free night certificate. The first 2 there are the more expensive cards. They give you an 85K certificate. That is the Bonvoy Brilliant and Ritz-Carlton. The next 2 business cards give you a free night up to 35,000 points. They also give you elite night credits. The Bonvoy Brilliant gives you 25 per year. The other 3 give you 15. Do be aware though that you can only apply a maximum of 40 from credit cards to your Bonvoy account per year. So to achieve that, that would be the combination of the Bonvoy Brilliant, that gives you 25 on the personal side, and then 1 business card giving you 15. 25, 15 is 40. So 1 personal, 1 business is your combination. You can't use 2 personal or 2 business, for example. They also all give you some level of elite status, platinum coming from the Bonvoy Brilliant and gold from the others. And then the Bonvoy Brilliant also has an annual $300 dining credit given to you as $25 per month. How do I use all these? Well, for spending at Marriott properties, it's very simple. I'll just choose one. Right now it's the Bonvoy Brilliant to earn 6 points per dollar. I don't worry about the others. I'll also keep the Bonvoy Brilliant for Platinum Elite status since that's the highest that all the cards give me, and I'll also use the dining credit to justify the annual fee. The other ones here with a lot of overlapping benefits, I just leave them open for the free night certificate. So as we look at this and all the cards that come here, basically look at this as my hotel budget for the year, at least part of it. I use these cards for their certificates to get discounts on my hotels. Next up is the Choice Privileges Select MasterCard, earning 10 points per dollar on Choice hotel bookings, giving an annual bonus of 30,000 points, and also providing automatic Platinum Elite status. I then have the Hilton Honors American Express Surpass card, which I just got in January 2025, providing the opportunity to earn a free night after spending $15K on the card throughout the year, and also automatic Gold Elite status. Next are two IHG Premier cards, the first personal, the second business. They both earn 10 points per dollar at IHG properties. They both give an individual free night award of up to 40,000 points and offer Platinum Elite status. The World of Hyatt card earns 4 points per dollar at Hyatt properties, gives an annual free night award from a category 1 to 4 property, and provides automatic Discoverist Elite status. And finally, the Wyndham Rewards Earner Business card gives 8 points per dollar on my Wyndham bookings, gives an annual bonus of 15,000 points, and gives automatic Diamond Elite status. Totally crazy, I'm aware. However, when it comes to spending on the cards, it looks more like this. We remove a bunch of these. I just use one card for the appropriate hotel chain or brand family. So when I stay at a Marriott property, I pull out my Marriott card. When I stay at a Hyatt property, I pull out my Hyatt card. And the other ones that I'm not using for that stay just stay at home in a drawer. Again, in summary here, I'll use these hotel cards for spending at the respective portfolios, also for the free night certificates, and also typically for elite status. So when I arrive at the property, I have some level of benefits. One notable exception that goes a little above and beyond here if I want the free night would be the Hilton Honors Surpass card. I might choose to spend the 15K throughout the entire year to earn that free night because it is the most valuable certificate of all of them because it's not capped by a dollar amount or a category or point value. We'll see. The opportunity cost, of course, would be applying for another card and getting another welcome offer. Part 4, business cards. Last year I had been using two separate cards, the Amex Blue Business Plus and the Bank of America Business Unlimited card as well. So Amex was my default to earn double points on all my business expenses, and whenever Amex was not accepted, I used the Bank of America card here, which earned 1.5%. But I got kind of tired of having two cards for my expenses, and also the way Bank of America has their business portal set up was a real pain for me to manage. So I decided to simplify this part of my life as well by recently getting the Wells Fargo Signify Business Cash Card. This one gets a flat 2% on all purchases. No categories to keep track of, nothing to activate, it's just straightforward, and there's also no cap. Plus, no annual fee. It does come with a Priority Pass membership as well, although it's a bit laughable because it's one of those pay-as-you-go style memberships. On the Priority Pass website, that would be the equivalent to like a standard membership, which would be $99 a year, because it's one where you pay $35 per visit each time. So it's clearly not meant for the frequent traveler, but someone who may have a trip here and there and may want lounge access from time to time. It also includes travel accident insurance and the master rental insurance too for your rental car coverage, and that is primary as well. Nothing super special, but for a card with a $0 annual fee, you can't expect too much. Personally, I'm just looking forward to having 2% on all of my business expenses because most of my expenses fall outside of normal categories like gas or travel or stuff like that. Finally, we have part number 4, the new cards, which I may or may not get. I do plan to get some more cards throughout the year, and these are the ones that are currently top of mind. But new cards come and go, new offers come and go, and benefits change on existing cards too. So I'm not going to lock myself in and say that I must get all of these, but the ones that are definitely piquing my interest as I film this. The first two I'm happy to say I've already gotten approved for in January of this year, the Wells Fargo Signify Business Cash and the Hilton Honors Surpass. So for the cards that are still outstanding on my wish list, I've got the Southwest Rapid Rewards Premier or the Performance Business Credit Card. There are two, one's a $99 annual fee, one is $199 with some slightly different benefits, but I've never had a Southwest card and I do fly them multiple times per year for the most part. So getting a large welcome offer plus some additional benefits could be very nice. Also the Aeroplan card, one of the best currencies in the airline world in terms of getting high value for some bigger international trips. We also have one of the Chase Ink business cards. There are 4 there. I've had 3 out of the 4 before. I've never had the Premier, which is more cashback focused, although they all earn Ultimate Rewards points. So maybe picking up one of these for this year as well when they have an elevated offer would be very nice. Also, one Avios earning card. There are currently 3. British Airways, Aer Lingus, and Iberia. Avios points are a very useful currency when putting together itineraries. They have a lot of great use cases, and I've actually never had one of these cards, so it could be good to have a stash of points sitting on the side for an upcoming trip I want to make. And then lastly, the World of Hyatt Business Credit Card. I've had the personal one for quite some time, but never the business one. So that could actually be a nice way to top off my account, because right now I've got about 30,000 Hyatt points. Nice, enough for one night at a good property or 2 nights at one of their mid tiers, but topping that off to, I'd say at least another 60,000 points to make it around 90K, allow me to do a very nice trip for multiple days. Also, as a little pro tip for you all here, if you're observing this with some more detail, you'll see out of these 7 different options here, 4 of them are on the business side, while only 3 are on the personal. The reason behind this is I've been really slowing down my applications for a while now, this past year, to get back under the Chase 524 rule, which is really important because out of, again, these 7 options, 1, the Chase Ink cards, the Southwest cards, 2, 3 would be Avios, 4 would be the World of Hyatt Business, and 5, the Aeroplan card. All of those, 5 out of 7, are issued by Chase. So being below 524 will be crucial for my potential approval, but the cool thing with some of these business card options is that once you get approved for a small business card with most banks, they do not report to your personal side. Therefore, they won't count toward the 524 rule. So if I'm currently at 324, for example, and get approved for a small business card, even by Chase, one of the Ink ones, then I'm still at 324 afterward. So business cards have kind of a superpower in that way to really help you get more offers, more benefits, perks, and all that without destroying your credit report in terms of newly opened accounts. In conclusion here, I'm really looking forward to just having a 2-card setup, the Capital One Duo, for most of my spend, and then adding in that Prime card as well for my singular purchases off Amazon. So a pretty simple core setup, my one-off hotel cards when I stay at those properties, my airline card, which I don't even use at all, just have it for the benefits, and then perhaps get some new cards as well. Oh, and that Signify business card from Wells Fargo for the business stuff too, because I do keep business and personal separate. All that said, that's a wrap for my strategy. I love to hear about yours as well, so drop a comment down below. And before you leave this video, check out the links down below as well in the description area to earn some more cash back when you shop online through Rakuten. You can even switch your reward preference from cash back to earn Amex membership reward points if you prefer that. To sign up for MAXREWARDS to manage multiple cards, rewards, benefits, and more all in one place. To view my site with some great credit card offers that you can now filter down by reward category, benefit, and more to quickly find the ones that you like best. And of course, to sign up for that free email list to have me alert you whenever some great credit card offers are available. Thank you all for watching. I hope it was helpful in getting some ideas about your own strategy, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.